You are now tuned in to the Conversations with Miss Yvonne show. It is such a pleasure to welcome you all to my show. Sit back, relax, because we're about to take you to another level. This show aims to entertain, enlighten, and educate the minds of our generation. Are you ready? Well, without further delay, allow me to introduce your host, me, Miss Yvonne! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Conversations with Miss Yvonne show. Today is Get Your Mind Right Monday. Oh yes, one of my favorite days of the week. Now, this Monday is going to be a little bit tricky because, to be honest, I didn't want to do this. I didn't even want to have to talk about this. It shouldn't even be a topic that needs to be discussed. But unfortunately, it is. Y'all probably saying, what you talking about, girl? Let us know. It's about parents raising good people. In life these days, it's so important for us as parents, or those who want to be parents, I guess you would call them aspiring parents, to be cognizant of how we are raising the next generation. We aren't just raising children. We aren't just raising kids. We're raising a generation. And everybody in this next generation counts. Every voice counts. Every feeling matters. Every heart counts. Meaning, if we raise bad people, the next generation is going to be bad. If we raise chicken heads, the next group of people are going to be chicken heads. Now, I know y'all are saying that's a little bit rough, but it's the truth. If we decide to all come together and raise good people, then the next generation has a chance to be better than us. But it's up to our generation to take the reins on that and guide our youth to be good people. For instance, today I was actually led to go to this little corner store. Now, I've never been to this corner store. Don't even really drive on this street because every time I drive on this street, I get lost. But something said, just go to the store or whatever. So I wanted me a little fries from out the hood anyway. So I said, well, I'm going to get me some French fries from up out the hood. So I stopped at the little hood store, and while I'm in there, it looked like two young ladies walked in. Now, one girl looked a little older. I actually almost thought she was an adult. And then the other one had on a school uniform. And she looked pretty young, like she could have been between maybe 8 and 10 years old. And it probably was around 2 o'clock. So I got my food, I had my fries or whatever, and I was walking to get in line. And the young lady who I thought was the oldest said, "Oh, ma'am, you can go first." And when she said that, I got a good look at her face, and I realized that she was a young lady. She may have been like, 6th grade or something like that. And I said, "No, you go ahead." So they went first. She paid for her food or her snacks. And then the youngest attempted to buy some things from the store, which I thought was weird because, she was so young, but she had her own little money and everything. So, of course, I'm all in it like, girl, where you get all this money from, Which it wasn't much, but still, it's like weird for a child to be, paying for their food and stuff at such a young age. And so she got to the counter, and she wanted something that was behind the counter. And when the man asked what she wanted, she got an attitude. And then when he grabbed it, she asked him, "Well, hold on, I got something else." So he said, "Okay, well, are both items together?" And she was like, "Duh." And so he was like, "Okay, Well, your total is $4 and some change. So she pulled out her money and she only had like $2 and some change. So she was like, well, just take them off. Take the hot fries off. I don't need that. So I'm looking like, oh my gosh, this child is something rough. So he took the hot fries off and he said, okay, do you just want to get this? She was like, yes. So the man very patiently, and he was like a Arabian kind of guy. He was like, all right, it's $2. So she took her $2 and threw them on top of the counter. Now I'm watching this whole situation. This man is holding his patience with this child who is handling him like an irate adult. You know, she acting like she 40-some years old, the attitude that she had. So she got her candy and they stood on the side of me. And I couldn't help but look at her and say, that's how you treat people? Say, you mean, huh? And she was like, no, I just was mad right quick. And I just was like, man, but he didn't do anything to you. So is that how you respond? And she really couldn't say anything. She just kind of looked at me. And the other girl, she was real sweet, the oldest one. She really didn't say much. She was kind and she just was quiet the whole time. And they just kind of looked at me and they like quietly walked out the door. So when I got to the counter, I could tell that the cashier was super frustrated, you know, because he was trying to hold his temper, but it's like, this is a child, so you can't really just go off on this little girl who, like I said, she looked like she could have been 8 years old. And he says, you see what I'm saying? He was like, this is ridiculous. He was like, but I blame the mom. He was like, it's the mama's raising them to act like this. The mama's out here. Why is she even out here? Why is she not in school? She out here buying snacks, coming to the store, talking to me like them crackheads. She acting like a crackhead. And that's probably her mama. Her mama probably a crackhead too. Now, some people probably would have got mad at him. But I couldn't get mad because I watched how she acted. I watched how she treated him. And I watched how he tolerated it. And he had the right to feel like how he felt. And I was embarrassed as a black person to watch our youth act this way, so belligerent with other people for no reason. It's not like this man did her anything, like he told her anything wrong. He asked her very simple, logical questions. And the entire time she had an attitude. That's not okay. Who are we raising our children to be? Are we not realizing that we are a reflection? Like the way our kids are reflects who we are. The way they act are a reflection of how we are as a people. We have to do better. We have to do better, people, because there's no reason for somebody to act like that. And parents, if you are not ready to have children, if you don't feel like raising a child, please give them to someone else who would be more than happy to take your child and give them the proper life and the proper education that they deserve. There are so many parents and families out here that are looking to have children or looking to give children a good home. Don't make them suffer with you because you're not happy with yourself. If you're not happy with you, you have to do what it takes to figure out what it is in the inside of you that needs to be fixed, that needs to be worked on. Because that's not that child's problem. That's not your spouse's problem. That's not even your parents' problem. Once you have children, you are considered an adult and your dreams are on hold because you have another life to raise. Not to manage, not to babysit, but to raise. The school system is not here to raise our children. They're here to educate our children. But the parents are leaving the school system to do everything. And that's not fair. Then you have these kids going to school talking to teachers any kind of way, handling people any kind of way. That is not fair. If you cannot raise a decent human being, then pass them to one who will. I saw a young lady over the weekend, and I walked in and I saw her daughter, and immediately I gasped because her child is so bad. Her child is so bad that I almost put up my 2 fingers to make an X to back her up off me, like, just back on up, you little bad child. And I looked at her mama, and her mom looked like a chicken head. And I looked down at the daughter, and her daughter looked like a chicken head. Her mama had a bad attitude, and the daughter had a bad attitude. But her mother is raising the next generation. A chicken head with a bad attitude. Now, is that what we need in life? Do we need to continue to make chicken heads with bad attitudes? I'll let you be the judge. So to all you parents out there, let's all work together. It takes a village, I know, but first it takes the home. You can't go out and save the world until you save your home. That's what the Bible says. He said you shouldn't even be out preaching to the nations. You shouldn't even reach out to try to help somebody else if you can't help your home first. Be the example there. Let's produce some happy, productive citizens so that way they can live better lives than we do. All right? Get your mind right. Get your mind right, parents. Get your mind right, kids. Get your mind right, citizens. This has been the Conversations with Miss Yvonne show. Y'all be cool. One love.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning into the Conversations with Miss Yvonne show. That wraps it up for us today. I hope you enjoyed our show. I'm a random person, so the information you're going to get is random. I'm from the South. I'm from New Orleans, but I've lived all over the world. So sometimes I speak broken English. Sometimes it's all together. But it's me, and that's what I plan to give you on this show. Me. To continue with the shows, you can visit www.missyvonne, that's spelled MSYVONNE.com. That will keep you up to date with all the hottest new material that comes out. It can be sent directly to your phone if you sign up with our email blast. So, keep rocking with us. Stay tuned. I really appreciate you as a listener. I value your time, and I appreciate any feedback that you give. I hope that you have a great day. Go out there, be positive, make a difference, and above all, do you. One love, one love, one love.